Telangana ki tappakunda randi. Telangana zarur aana. Must visit Telangana.
Good morning. Today we are here with Nandini Gupta and we are rooting for her to be the next Miss World. And to begin with, the first question is, what's the first moment you remember where you thought that maybe this is it, this is what I'm meant to be? What brought you here?
I was 10 years of age when I first saw Aishwarya Rai on the television in the movie Redas. Probably I was seeing the movie, it was launched back in the time, but I saw it when I was 10 years of age. Uh, and when the first time I saw her, I asked my mother, who is she? To which she said that she is Miss World. And I was like, what is Miss World? And then she explained the process and the only thing that stayed with me entirely because I was 10 years of age was wearing a beautiful gown, crown, and wearing makeup, hair. I mean, that's what a 10-year-old girl would wish for. But as much as I started to prepare for it, I realized that there's so much more to it. There's so much more that you can understand, that so much more you can transform with, and so much more that it gives you to be as a person. And pageantry does prepare you for lifetime. So I think that's why my dreams were ignited, and that's why Nandini has this fire within herself.
I think I've also done that in front of the camera, pretended to be Aishwarya Rai and one of
We
the
all do that. We all do that.
Yes. So you worked through Charminar, you've been to Buddhavanam recently. Did either of them change the way you see yourself as an ambassador of India?
I think I'm seeing myself as the ambassador of India even before it was, as soon as I became Miss India, I was seeing myself with the lens of the big ambassador of India. And I hope that, we get to promote more of the locations through Telangana tourism. We have marked a few locations from, I have visited to Ramappa Temple, to Charminar, to Buddhavanam, and yesterday Chaumahala Palace. And I really believe that there's so much more that Indian architecture holds. The foundation is so light, the structure stands so tall. I mean, that is a representation of each and every individual. We come from humble beginnings, but we are so strong in our stories. And I hope that entire world gets to see that beauty of India. And I'm so honored and proud to be the ambassador of India.
Speaking of humble beginnings, we know your story. We've already heard it quite a few times, but you want to say something more to that, like more about that, maybe to all the girls who are looking at you right now?
I will say one thing that uh, it is very important to believe in yourself, to believe in your dreams further. Because if you don't do it, who will? You came in this world alone, you will go alone, but you have to leave a legacy behind. That's where you will be remembered. And as a young child, as a child maybe, I was a girl. I used to believe that I want to leave a legacy. People should remember me as someone who did good, who was good, and someone who was really warm. And I hope that I do my bit and I leave a legacy. So do your bit, do well, and keep the passion and purpose within you. And I'm sure you will reach your destination and fly high.
Speaking about doing good, do you want to talk about your purpose a little and your uncle, Amit Gupta?
Uh, oh, you know him?
Yes,
I'm so proud of it. That you know my uncle and his name. Well, my Beauty with a Purpose project is Project Ekta, which is for differently abled individuals. And it is inspired by my uncle, Amit Gupta, who is my paternal uncle, my chacha. And he has polio in his tongue, developmental delays, and intellectual disability. We share a very beautiful bond. He scolds me. He has all his meals whenever I'm back at home. And he always sits down on a conversation. Even I have two missed calls from him earlier in this morning because wasn't able to speak to him. But he's been asking me, "Are you doing well? Are you doing fine?" And I think that's his beauty. That he understands only minimal things, but he understands it from his heart. And there are so many people like him who don't get the same who are like him but don't get the same support, same love from their families. Some of them are abandoned and they're lonely because their families are not accepting them. So the question to what would happen to those who don't have the same love, same support as my uncle, that question became my purpose, and that purpose is my project takes up. When people used to make abnormal comments, consider themselves normal, but they made abnormal comments for my uncle, like mental, a psychopath, madman, mental, or give him taunts. And they always saw him with a lens of fear or pity instead of respect. And I hope that through Project Data, no one gets that treatment or that behavior ever again, where they don't get to be treated as genies, but they get treated as normal, human. And human constitution even has equal rights for each and every human being. People with disabilities are probably not even acknowledged to that. That's why I urge all the young volunteers, people who are in colleges, who are employees working, to donate your time, to donate your resources, advocate for them, acknowledge them with their rights, which is, I think, quite overdue from our side. And I hope that through Project Ekta, I will be able to spark a beautiful change in the society where it's not only how people see with people with disability, but how people with disability see themselves. They won't be able to question themselves, and I hope that inclusivity should not be a charity of sympathy, but as justice that they truly deserve from our side.
I think the passion with which you talk about this shows how much it means to you, and that is what probably makes you feel so relatable. And on that note, like, what would you say, like, away from all these cameras and glamour of all of that, who are you exactly, and what's your comfort like? Where is your comfort?
Uh, I was raised in the fields of Rajasthan. I drive tractors, combine harvesters. I'm a rough and tough girl. I like to be in denim, away from the camera. I like to be in denims, in a white shirt, probably in a hat sometimes. And that is Nandini, who likes to be in the small corners of the cities, having the beautiful charts that the street food has to offer. Probably bargaining at some street shop where the street vendor would probably go tired of her. So that is me. I like to mingle with people. I like to talk to them. Even if I'm traveling in Mumbai's local train, I like to exchange numbers with people who are, some ladies, if I'm traveling with them, if they find, they're also passionate about something, they cook something from home and I take their numbers. That is Nandini. I like to talk to people, I like to socialize, and I like to spread love across wherever I go, even when I'm not in the proper Nandini zone.
I think that's the Miss World we all want. And so, a few more questions. Just the John Oliver had once said, also beauty. Like, do you think beauty, as much as it sort of is celebrated, do you think it also alienates you? It becomes an issue more than like.
I don't think so. I
Okay.
mean, each and every individual, we only talk about, you're saying beauty alienates you because somewhere people believe that beauty is always is on the face. Well, the beauty is in the heart.
Right.
There are many people who have so much beauty in their hearts. They just want to, I think, change and make impact in other people's lives. And I hope that people change their perception and we change the quote of beauty is in the eyes of beholder, but rather beauty is everywhere. The beauty should be the beauty should be in the heart of the person who's watching it to capture that beauty. And I hope that's where we won't be able to see beauty as a privilege or a leverage, but something that is in each and every human being and where we can celebrate it.
It's something that connects people, probably, right? Something that brings
I
everyone.
think we humans have basic tendency to get connected normally, but I hope that beauty keep the bond together for the rest of the years.
And any sort of imperfect moment from your journey of Miss World, of, like, away from all the Instagram or magazine moments, anything that will mean something.
Everything, every day there is something that I do, and I call it an imperfection. But if there's something, अगर मेरे दिन में कुछ imperfect नहीं हो रहा था ना, तो मुझे लगता है कि आज क्या हो रहा है, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा है. And I hope that some imperfections are really needed in your life because it makes you you. I am Nandini and I have so much imperfections in me. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. If I get perfect, probably someday in my life, if I go in front of the mirror, I won't be able to recognize myself. But I love myself. And I love all my imperfections, all my perfections, all my flaws. And I hope that all the girls who think that everything has to be perfect in life, no. Life is like speed breakers on the highway. Sometimes it's smooth, but sometimes it's bumpy. So enjoy the ride while you can and just live.
I think the last time I heard someone say something like that was Shushmita Sen. Anyway, but thank you so much. Thank you for talking to me. Should we end with Telangana Zarurana?
Or I will say it in three languages. I will say it in Telugu, I will say it in Hindi, and I will say it in English.
Go ahead.
Telangana ki tappakunda randi. Telangana zarurana. Must visit Telangana.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.